Hey, thanks for dropping by to the Planners on Purpose podcast, created by Naomi Tucker, CMP. Now, this space is for the event planners to encourage and empower you so that you can fully live your life on purpose. So before we dig in, please take a moment to subscribe so you get future shows. Now, here she comes, your host, Naomi.
Hi everyone, this is Naomi. I hope you're doing really well here on this Saturday. I am coming to give you some practical tips and advice on how to balance your home life like a pro. Now, I'm not a pro by any means, but I do have experience in really just trying to balance a high pressure career with everything that we have to do at home. So I wanted to share a couple ways that I've been able to keep my house going and my life balanced while I'm taking on a lot, perhaps in my professional area of my life. Now, we have such a struggle sometimes, and our struggle represents itself in many different ways. One way it can represent itself is just us not having the time to be able to take care of some of those tasks that we have at home. We're on the road a lot, we're traveling, we are planning events, and sometimes those events don't give us a lot of downtime and don't give us a lot of opportunities to be able to take care of certain tasks that we have to get done. So I know specifically that there have been times where I have come home from being off site, have crashed on the couch and literally passed out because I'm so tired and not waking up for literally hours later. Sometimes it could be a day or the next day later. And I'm fortunate enough to have a wonderful family that knows that, hey, she needs some rest and she needs some sleep and to recuperate. And after a bit of time, I'm able to kind of pop up and get going and really integrate myself back into home life. But again, it can be a struggle. There's so much outside of our work that we do have to keep our tabs on, and there should be some common community around that. So I would just love to be able to present just a few tips so that you're able to hopefully balance your life a little bit better, and maybe these tips can help you. So some inspiration for this episode comes off of Casey Davis's book. Her book is called How to Keep House While Drowning. We read this book in book club, and it offers a gentle approach to cleaning and organizing. But there's so much more that this book offers. Casey Davis, she is a licensed therapist, and she really is great at making you understand that it's okay. That it's okay, and that you're not the only one that's struggling with making sure that your home is in order. So I just wanted to share with you some of my ahas from reading the book, but then also some of my personal tips for you when it comes to balancing your home like a pro. So my first tip for you is that you don't exist to serve your space exists to serve you. Yes. Now, sometimes we get it wrong and we get it backwards. And many times there's another way to look at it. So our house and our homes are there to really serve us. So when we're looking around our homes at all the areas that perhaps give us a bit of frustration, it's okay to change those so that it serves the highest purpose in that home. We struggle differently, and we definitely care for our homes differently. So this isn't meant to be kind of a be-all, end-all way in order to, take care of your home. But it is tips for you to be able to help you as you're going about your journey in event management, or just your journey as a mom or as a person who's just really trying to coexist with everyone else, and that is really trying to bring some ease and bring a little bit more joy into their lives. So what I enjoy about this is that your space is really, it should be designed for your enjoyment, and you deserve to enjoy your space. And that means that enjoyment comes with being catered to how you work and how you would like to enjoy your space. So sometimes we run the risk of like comparing ourselves to other people. We go in other people's homes. It's immaculately clean and they have, candles going and it's immaculately designed for them. That might be how they would like to enjoy their home, but maybe you're completely different and it's okay. So make sure your house serves you. Make sure that it's either designed or it's functional in a way that's going to make you happy, right? Again, making your space serve you. So that is my first tip. My second tip for you is to find ways to make your tasks better. Find ways to have them give you momentum. And I love this because I do love to do certain things to help get me energized around doing certain tasks. I think I've shared in my Facebook group about, hey, when's the last time you've danced and done your work, had a little dance break, and that can help give you some energy as you're going about your day. Well, similarly to task at home, when you find that space and time that you're going to take care of your home and do those tasks, make it fun, make it easy, make it enjoyable, give yourself permission to start. So find the right place, right time to do it and make it fun. So that means perhaps adding in music, adding in something that brings you joy, and definitely moving towards what you want to do. Do one thing that's going to move you towards whatever task that you're going to do. And I love this because sometimes we just don't feel like doing it. And the important thing is just give 5%, just 5% of the energy that you probably have to do that one thing that's going to help change your space to make it serve you. Okay. Also, I talked about the time and the place. Make sure that you do have that like desirable time and task, desirable time in order for you to start that task. Now, some other ways that you can make this work for you when you actually want to make task work better and help you get momentum, you can also bundle that task with something else you do. And I love this because it also reminds me of Atomic Habits and how you task stack is what James Clear really advocates for. But you can also say bundle the task. And what that is just if you have a specific task and there's another task that is similar to it or it's nearby it, just do it together. And that just helps you to make things go quicker. For example, if you like to watch your Netflix episodes and you don't want to have that go by the wayside while you're doing hours of your care task at home, perhaps turn on the Netflix and fold your laundry. Right? Those are some things that you can do to bundle certain things, bundle it with something desirable and the task in order to make it easier. Another example is that if you're in a particular room and let's say you have some books that are on the counter or table that need to be done, but then you also just got done eating and you need to take your plate away. Perhaps you take the plate and take the books and put both of them up together, right? So that's a way that you can bundle things to help. Other ways that you can get yourself momentum with some of these tasks is asking a friend to help you, just, hey, why don't you come over and, we can rake leaves and have coffee and chat. Sometimes those things do help in work for you. And then also you could also time your cleaning. So perhaps you can have a timer, just say, hey, I only have an hour. And in this hour, this is what I'm going to do. Set your timer and then go after it within that time frame. So those are some ways to make your task work better and for you to get momentum as you are taking care of your home. Another tip that I have for you is just to realize that not everything has to be clean at the same time. Now, I know there might be some people that are listening to this and they're probably triggered and they're saying, oh my gosh, no, you can't do that. But, not everything has to be clean at the same time, and it's okay. And you can do what you need to do with the energy that you have. So if you have a little bit of energy and you just know, hey, I can fold this load of clothes and it just has to be okay, then it's okay. And I really like that because it allows us to have grace for ourselves and allows us not to overdo it. And really speaking from a perspective of a woman, we're definitely different. We have different perception when it comes to some of these tasks that we have to do at home. A lot of those are societal stereotypes, right? A lot of those are pressures from society, pressures from other places. And, we definitely take lots of care in our home. A lot of us are nurturers too, so we want to make sure that we have a really nice home. Sometimes it's just who we are and how we're kind of made. And if that is you, it's one of those things that let's not take on too much. Let's not bog ourselves too much where we feel guilty about not doing certain things, or we have this pressure to make sure everything's spick and span. It can easily burn you out just taking care of your home. So make sure that you know that not everything has to be clean at the same time. Just you can break things down in your home, just like you break things down in your work. Break it down into small parts. Do one room, perhaps one day, and the next day do another room. But definitely give yourself the space to do that. Now, I just think it's important to just point that out about women, because really between women and men, sometimes the care task and the perceptions and the messages that we receive from society are a little bit different. So, and Casey Davis talks a lot about that in her book. And I do think that it's really important for us not to take on too much of that. So the next tip that I have for you is make it easy on yourself when it comes to self-care. Taking care of your home, it's also taking care of you. You want to make sure that you're always taking care of your health and making sure that that is easy for you. So sometimes our care task and things at home is never ending. So you can just always be doing something. So make sure that you're making time for rest. Make sure that you're practicing self-kindness and love the care tasks that you do that you feel good about. And some of those other ones, you can find ways to have those be done differently. So I hope that makes sense. So the next one is take hold of organization. When it comes to organizing and organizing like a pro, sometimes you just have to feel like, okay, at least I can organize like a non-messy person. So just make sure that like you have a spot for everything and create a spot for certain things and make it easy on yourself. The goal is to really just enjoy your space. You don't have to have your house be always Instagram ready, but it's really just making sure that you have a space for everything. And when you have a space for everything, it can be easy to put things away. So many times there are things that just collect. They collect on your desk. It's just a hodgepodge of different things. Find ways in order to either break those common things down, put them in a common space, or just have a space for those things. It can really help, and it makes your life a little bit easier, and it really frees your mind. It frees your mind of clutter as well. I was recently on a podcast, and we talked a lot about digital clutter, and I think that that's also very important when it comes to making sure you're balancing your home like a pro. We have so much that's in our phones, all of our photos, all of our files, and that can cause a lot of overwhelm as well. So making sure that we just take some time out here and there, just even if it's 15, 20 minutes a day, to really organize our photos, organize our digital file, even that download folder. It can really get very chaotic in there. So take the time, 15 minutes a day, to just really do a digital cleanup for yourself. It can really make all the difference. Another area that you can also help yourself in is your emails, making sure that you're cleaning up those emails and those that you don't want. To have 4,000 unread emails probably is not okay. So go in there, just start taking a few pages at a time, deleting the emails that you don't need, sort them by the person that you get the emails from that you don't want, delete them. You can also unsubscribe from certain mailing lists in order to keep it easy and light on your email box. Those are some ways that you can also help yourself. All right, so those are just a few tips. I have more, but I thought that was good for you today. I certainly hope that this really helps you when it comes to balancing your work and balancing your life. And I look forward to hearing what your comments are on this episode. And until next time, please stay on purpose.
Well, that wraps it up for this episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, hit the like button and tell us how much you enjoyed the show by leaving a message in the comments. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.